Ciao aiu, come stai? Today we are making veal braciola or involtini, which in Italian cuisine is a thin slice of meat with fillings that is rolled up and held together by toothpicks or tied with string. For this video I use toothpicks because I have absolutely no idea how to tie string to meat the way a butcher can. We'll start with nice thin slices of veal, which you can get at your local butcher's, or if there isn't a local butcher shop near you, you can always just go to a supermarket. And although I would say the meat from supermarkets are not as good as you can get if you did go to a local butcher shop. Anyway, what we want to do is lay it out on a nice flat surface. Put a little bit of salt, not too much because there will be other ingredients that naturally have sodium. Too much salt can kill a meal. Too much will always ruin the flavor. Next, let's put some black pepper and a little olive oil. Garlic and parsley. If you can get fresh parsley, which I recommend, that is much better. I myself just had dry parsley, which is okay. My parents used to grow vegetables and herbs, and I didn't inherit that green thumb. In fact, I hate working in a garden. But I digress. We'll add some grated Parmigiano Reggiano, and then slices of formaggio. Formaggio being Neapolitan for cheese. The Italian word is formaggio, which is quite similar. After this, let's put some prosciutto. Again, that would be the Neapolitan saying, or a way to say it, while in standard Italian you're going to be saying prosciutto. Remember, I said we didn't need that much salt. That's because the prosciutto and formaggio have sodium, naturally. Next, we'll roll these babies up and keep them together with toothpicks. After we're done prepping, let's go ahead and heat up some olive oil and garlic. Now here's where I make a little bit of a mistake, a little hiccup. I began my sauce or gravy without my soffritto. Stupid me, right? I almost totally forgot. These are, however, San Marzano tomatoes, which are imported from a town from which it gets its name, San Marzano sul Sarno, which is near Naples. They were originally grown in the volcanic soil in the shadow of the mighty Mount Vesuvius. Next, we'll brown our meats. Remember, we are just browning them. We do not cook them all the way through. They will be fully cooked when your meal is done, so don't worry. Most importantly, we have a nice large slab of pork. Pork gives the sauce or gravy its flavor. It is a very, very important ingredient. Now, right after I made that little mistake I just spoke about, that little hiccup, I immediately stopped cooking. Stopped, turned everything off, just full stop. Grabbed an onion, celery, pancetta, prosciutto. I minced it up as small as I could, wishing the whole time I had a food processor since I don't have the patience to finely chop all the ingredients. Now place your soffritto into a saucepan in already heated olive oil and let that fat render. Add some tomato paste and a dry red wine to give it redness and extra flavor. Next, I placed it in the tomatoes when I should have been placing the tomatoes into my soffritto. I like to talk about fresh ingredients, so here we'll see fresh basil. In Neapolitan, it's called vasenegol. In Italian, it's very bland. It's called basilico. For some kick, and not to mention the heart health benefits, I throw in some Calabrian chili peppers. You can break them up for more of a kick, or you can just keep them whole if you want to remove them after cooking, especially if you're not really into, too much spiciness. At least if it's whole, you can just take it out. We'll let that simmer now for an hour or so on low heat. Now it's time to cook the meat through. Add it to the pot and cover it all up. Cover your pot again and let it simmer again for an hour or more. This all depends on how many ingredients, how much meat you have, and how much sauce you're making, how much gravy you're making. But for me, it's a little over an hour. When it's almost done, we'll make our macaroni or pasta. Here I'm making fusilli. Remember to salt the water before you set it to boil, though. Always put some salt in that water. When finished, I want you to get just enough gravy or sauce on that fusilli so that it's all fully coated. We don't want it drowning. We don't want to drown the pasta. You drown the pasta and it starts cooking even more, and then it just comes out real watery. We still want it al dente. So, last but not least, you're just getting a plate out. You're going to put it all together and mangia. Buon appetito. And thank you all for watching.